Hey friends, welcome to today's video. Today I have a fun kind of try on first impressions new makeup I literally picked up from Nordstrom this morning. I placed an order last night on Nordstrom.com and filtered for beauty products that were available to pick up in my store. Got an email this morning, they were ready for pickup, picked them up as soon as the store opened, came home and filmed this video. This video is in partnership with Nordstrom, and I'm always excited to partner with Nordstrom because it is one of my favorite places to shop. My dress is from Nordstrom, my watch is from Nordstrom, and then I get a lot of beauty products from Nordstrom as well because they have such an exceptional customer service experience. It's just one of the best. I feel very comfortable purchasing products from Nordstrom because I know if I ever have an issue, exchanges and returns are a very simple, easy, no hassle at all. So let's talk about some of the products that I picked up that you guys are going to see in this video. I picked up the new Nars cream bronzer, and I'm really excited for you guys to see how this turned out for me. I'm not going to say anything else. You got to watch the video to see, but this was one I picked up. I also picked up the Armani Luminous Silk Concealer. Really excited to test this one out online. It was described as like a radiant glowy concealer for face and under eyes. So I tested it out both under the eyes and on the face. So you will see my thoughts on that. I also picked up, I picked up this palette from Charlotte Tilbury, this little mini quad palette right here. This is the Copper Charge palette. I have this on my eyes, and I picked up a glitter shadow from Hourglass. It's this beautiful taupey high shimmer. Look at that. Shimmer shadow. I actually picked this up thinking it was a cream shadow, but it is not. And what else? Oh, also I grabbed, I think this is the last product that I grabbed, and then I incorporate some other like oldie but goodie favorite products. I picked up the liquid lipstick from Charlotte Tilbury, and this totally surprised me. It was nothing like I expected, but you will see that in the video. So this is the look I created. If you want to watch how I got this look, then let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so let's get started. I'm so excited about this particular video because I have lots of brand new goodies to try, things I haven't even opened, and every single one of them I'm excited to test out. So first we're going to start with foundation, and I am going to go in with my La Mer Soft Fluid Foundation. Look at this. This is on its last leg. I have a brand new bottle back there, but I want to make sure that I use every single drop of this before I open my new bottle. This foundation is definitely a splurge, but you know what? In my opinion, it is so worth it. I love this foundation. It is probably my favorite foundation to wear. It just makes the skin look so flawless and natural. It doesn't look heavy on the skin at all. You don't see the makeup, but your skin just looks perfect and it lasts all day. It really has the most like natural radiant finish to it. It's so beautiful. I am going to be testing a new concealer today, which I'm excited about. It is the Armani Luminous Silk Concealer. And I'm going to keep the foundation pretty light because the concealer says that it's an under eye and face concealer. So I am going to take some of that concealer onto the face. So I really just kind of want to even things out with the foundation. So I think we are definitely ready to move on to my brand new bottle of this. I think we can safely say, caught on camera, I got the last drop of this. All right, there we go. Oh, it's so beautiful though. It is so beautiful. Because I'm always testing new products, when I repurchase something, especially a foundation, that's saying a lot. Especially a $120 foundation. Okay, next we're gonna go in concealer, and I picked up shade 5 in the Armani Luminous Silk Multi-Purpose Glow Concealer. I believe it on the website, it said that it was for face and under eye. So that leads me to believe that it's gonna be a pretty lightweight concealer if they are promoting it to be worn on the face. This is what the packaging looks like, your classic, beautiful Armani, sophisticated packaging. Let's see the color. Oh yeah, this color, I did good actually. I did really good. So this color looks like it's gonna be perfect for me. I am going to apply this underneath the eye first, and it has some good spreadability. Okay, I am gonna go kind of around the nose a little bit. I have a little bit of pinkness there. Okay, so I'm basically just gonna keep it under the eye, but kind of spread it down, and then I'm gonna apply it around my nose. And I'm gonna use my brush to blend this all in. So the consistency is really spreadable. It's not as thin as I thought it would be. It is lightweight, but it feels a little bit thicker than I expected it to be. But it's still a very natural looking concealer, or natural feeling, I should say. Let's see, I don't know yet how it's gonna look. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay, there is a nice radiant finish to it. I do want to see how this wears underneath the eyes. Since it is a radiant glow concealer, I want to make sure that it sets and it doesn't move and I don't deal with any creasing. So I'm going to take my time blending this out, making sure that I didn't apply too much underneath there. Ooh, that's pretty. Ooh, that's really, really nice. Okay, that color is perfect for me, shade 5. Okay, as far as coverage, I wouldn't say that it's a full coverage concealer. It definitely looks more natural. I'm not gonna add any though, because I really like the way that this looks. It brightened under the eyes. It doesn't look like full coverage. It almost looks, including with the foundation, it almost looks like my skin, but better. I'm gonna go in and set underneath the eyes in the center of the face. I'm gonna avoid setting the cheeks with powder because I am gonna go in with a cream bronzer here shortly. But I do wanna go ahead and set this concealer, and I'm gonna use the La Mer powder. This is a product I've had for a while. I think I purchased this when I purchased my first bottle of the La Mer foundation, which was maybe 2 years ago or so. And it's a beautiful powder. It is a beautiful, beautiful powder. I'm gonna go in and just kind of press this underneath the eyes. Oh yeah, do you see what that does? So I have set this side, but I have yet to set my left side. It definitely mattified things. It also added a tiny bit of coverage. What I love about this powder is it's a very soft setting powder. So it's gonna softly mattify your skin, but it's not gonna look dry at all or emphasize texture. It has a very, 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 very subtle radiance to it. So it's not like really a radiance that you actually see. It basically just prevents it from getting that chalky, dry look. Okay, so I've just set underneath the eyes, I've set the nose, and I've set the forehead. Next, we're gonna go in with the Nars Cream Bronzer, and I'm really excited about this product. This is the Sun-Kissed Bronzing Cream, and I picked up the shade Laguna, and I'm really excited about this. I love a good cream bronzer. One of my favorites was the Chanel, the original version. I picked up the new reformulated one. I think they did that, what was that, last year, maybe a little bit before that, and I didn't like it as much as I like the original. So I'm hoping this might be a replacement for that. You can see that I have swatched it with my finger, but I haven't actually applied it on the skin. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna use my same foundation brush, and I'm gonna kind of just pick this up by pressing it into the pan. And I do want to see, oh, okay, so I picked up a lot of product when I did that. So I like to test it on my hand first when I'm using a brand new product that I have yet to use. If I had gone on my face with that, I would have definitely applied too much. So I'm gonna kind of blot it on a paper towel. Okay, let's see. Less is more, especially cream products. You can always layer. So I'm gonna have a very light hand, and I am just gonna go back and softly press this. Okay, so my pressure is super light. If I applied more pressure, we would get a lot more color than that. And as you can see, that's plenty. So I'm just gonna go in and apply it with this brush. Yeah, okay, so this is more color than I expected. I could totally use this brush for the whole application, but because I have never used it before and I didn't realize that you get so much pigment, I loaded too much of it up. I didn't need to do that. I should have been much, much lighter handed. So now that I've applied it, I'm gonna go in with the same brush that I used for concealer, and I'm just gonna kind of press it on top of that to blend it and soften it out. I wanna stress, you don't need 2 brushes for this, but because it was a brand new product and I've never tried it, I picked up way too much. I picked up more than I needed. And really all I'm doing is just taking the brush and bouncing it on top of it, and it's doing all the work for me. It's kind of blending that out. Do you see the difference? So this is yet to be blended, and this is blended. Everything is opposite on my monitor, so as I'm doing this and I'm looking this way, I looked and I saw this side, but I thought it was this side, and I was like, oh, I thought I blended it out better than that. Ooh, this is gorgeous. Okay, this is nice. I like it. Very, very pretty. Very, very easy to blend. I'm actually gonna go in with this brush, and I'm softly bouncing it into the pan, you guys. Super soft, not a whole lot. And I'm gonna go and see, I even think I picked up too much. And then I'm gonna go to my hairline to add a little more warmth there. Okay, I love this cream bronzer. It's very pigmented, so be very, very light-handed when you apply it, and if you pick up too much, bounce it on your hand or a paper towel first. And I'm just running a little bit on my nose. Okay, that's gorgeous. I love that. I love that. I'm excited about this. I wonder if I should get a lighter shade. I think this shade works perfectly, but I think I could have gone down a shade too. So I'm gonna look and see what shades might be lighter. I'll list this shade, of course, down below. I'll link everything down below, but I'll list this shade and I'll list the next shade above this because I'm probably gonna order that one as well. Okay, for cheeks, I'm using the Cle De Peau Cream Blush. This is one of my favorite cream blushes. It's so good. It's the shade number 4. And I love this blush. It's just a really soft, rosy pink. It's gonna give a little bit of dewiness to the cheeks because it is a cream formula, but it doesn't have any shimmer to it. So it's not going to look shimmery or frosty on the cheeks, so it's not gonna magnify pores or texture. And I like this color because you can really build it up to get a lot of color, or you can sheer it out. It's very easy to work with. Pretty. Love, love, love. Okay, then last I'm gonna set around this with a little bit of powder. I'm gonna be super light-handed because I do not want to apply a ton of powder over what we just did, but I do wanna softly set things. So I'm gonna take the La Mer powder again, and I'm going to take a big fluffy brush. You can see how big and fluffy and loose this one, it's pretty floppy. That is gonna pick up very minimal product. If I used something more dense and small, it's gonna apply a lot more product. I don't wanna apply a lot. I literally just want to softly set. That's it, that's it. Loving my skin. Everything looks so good. I love that. For brows, I'm gonna go in and fill my brows in with the Kevyn Aucoin brow pencil, my favorite brow pencil. I'm just gonna kind of fill in my natural brow. When I first picked this up, I had to get used to the component because it doesn't have a lid. So you do have to make sure that you always slide it down so that you don't break off the tip. But it's a really great brow pencil. It's thin enough to where you can get nice little hair-like strokes, but it also gives almost like you can get kind of like a powdered effect too with it. Perfect, so pretty. I do like to go in with a brow gel just to kind of soften and add a little bit of volume to the brows. So I'm using the Gimme Brow brow gel, and this shade is a little bit lighter than my pencil that I use, just so that I don't get a really harsh dark brow. I went a little darker with my hair. I don't know if you guys noticed, but we added some low lights to my hair this time, and I really like it. I really like it. Last time we went, I think it like accidentally turned out a little more blonde, and I rolled with it. I ended up liking it, but I think my favorite like tone on me is a little of a darker blonde. Okay, for eyes, really excited about this. I picked up 2 new products for eyes. I picked up this Hourglass Scattered Light Glitter Eyeshadow, and I hope it pairs well with this. I picked up the color coded eyeshadow palette, luxury palette, in the Copper Charge shade from Charlotte Tilbury. I feel like this product, the Hourglass, is probably one of those products that is really best to be worn on its own, but because I have these 2 and they're new, I want to play with them both. Let's see. Okay, so this is what the Hourglass glitter shadow looks like. It's a really pretty, ooh, okay. Oh, this is gorgeous. Okay, so this is what it looks like on my fingertip when I dip it into the little pot. You can see it's really intense. When I swatch it on my hand, you see it's a little bit more sheer, and that's actually layered twice. This is what it looks like if you just do one swatch. So a little more sheer, a lot of shimmer, a lot of reflex, very beautiful. So I want to apply that on my, you know what? I kind of wonder if I'm gonna use this as a topper. So I'm gonna apply this first and then put this on top. So since I'm gonna apply this shadow first, let's go in with the Trish McEvoy eyeshadow primer. I'm gonna apply a little sheer layer of this on my lids, and I'm gonna take a brush to blend this out. You can totally use your finger too, but pretty, okay. Perfect. All right, let's go in. Do we want to do that? What do we want to do? I'm kind of torn here now. You know what? I kind of want to go in with this. I want to see what this looks like on its own. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to apply this onto the lid. I'm going to use my finger. That's what I'm going to do. I'm using my finger, load up my finger, and I'm just going to press this onto the lid. So it's not creamy. I had this idea that this was gonna be a cream shadow, but it is not. It is a powder. Okay, that's pretty. I think it would actually be, it's nice on its own, but I think it would be really nice on top of a shadow too. I was thinking this was a cream eyeshadow, but no. It layers really well with your finger. Perfect. Okay, so this is what the shadow looks like on its own. Again, it's a dry shadow, not a cream. I didn't realize that, but it's nice. I'm gonna go in and kind of soften the crease area, and then we're going to work with the Charlotte Tilbury palette. I'm gonna grab the matte shade in here, and we're going to work that into the crease. Okay, so I've worked that in the outer corner crease, and I've even kind of blended the 2 shades together. Next, I'm gonna go in with this really gold shade right here. This is what it looks like. It's a very coppery gold frosted shade, and I'm going to apply that onto the lid, kind of on top of the glitter shadow that we've already used. This is just gonna add a little bit of gold to the lid, and it does intensify that glitter reflex All right, I think we have enough shimmer on the lids. I'm not gonna add either of these two simply because I feel like it's gonna get to be too shimmery. I do wanna add a darker shade in the outer corner, so I'm gonna go in with this Charlotte Tilbury palette. It's the Easy Smoky Eye palette, and I'm gonna grab a matte brown. Really, you know, any matte brown that you have will work. And I'm going to kind of layer that right out here and into the crease. I'm gonna tightline my upper lash line with a black eye pencil. This one is by Urban Decay. Whew. My eyes are so sensitive today. Okay, and then I'm gonna line the outer corner with black as well. Kind of pull it up a little bit and wing it out. Okay, that's perfect. So I have a little more depth on the outer corner, but I didn't take that black liner further than that. Next, I'm gonna go into the little Charlotte Tilbury palette, and I'm gonna take this rosy shimmery shade up here, and we're gonna take a small little smudging brush, and I'm gonna work that onto my lower lash line. Ooh, that shade's pretty. So that's got some shimmer to it, but it's not glittery at all. It's like a satin frosty shade. It's really beautiful. And it goes onto my skin really coppery. It goes on actually more kind of coppery red than pink. That's pretty. Okay, and then last I'm gonna add the matte shade out in the outer corner to just deepen that up a little bit. I'm gonna use Dior Lash Primer. No surprise. And then I'm gonna use some Dior mascara on my lashes. My skin, you guys, I'm loving this skin combination. Perfect, love that. I only put lash primer on my upper lashes. I never put it on my lower lashes. I like my lower lashes to have a softer look to it. This is the Dior Show Mascara. Perfect. Okay, now that I have mascara and liner and everything on, I'm loving the way that eye makeup looks. Really, really pretty. Love that. Okay, so last we are going to try this matte contour liquid lipstick from Charlotte Tilbury. I'm so excited about this. Let's see what we got here. So, oh good, the shade is perfect. It's always hard to pick shades online because things always look different. So the shade that I picked up is Rising Star, and this is what it looks like. Oh, okay, this is not a liquid lipstick, is it? This is not a liquid lipstick. I thought this was it says liquid lipstick. Okay, this is very different than the traditional liquid lipstick that I'm used to using. I am used to getting a very wet, light liquid lipstick formula. This is very velvety and a little thicker. I'm gonna let you see the wand here. Do you see that texture? It's definitely not wet, it is thicker. So let's see how this goes on the skin. The color is beautiful. That is intense color. I'm gonna kind of press together. I'm actually gonna wipe off my wand because I feel like I don't need to apply more. I just need to spread out what I have. Okay, this is unlike any liquid lipstick that I have tried. It is moussey, velvety, creamy. It almost feels like a lipstick that was whipped up in a blender. That's what the texture feels like. It feels really comfortable. It feels really comfortable. And it has a nice little applicator. Now that I've kind of removed the excess, you can see the shape on that and the contour. So you have a really pointy tip so you can align the lips. Okay, this color is gorgeous. It gives the look of, it gives the lips a very like soft pillowed kind of look. I feel like my lines are less noticeable even though this formula is more matte. Okay, I like that. That feels good. I'm gonna let this set for a minute and see how it feels after it has had a few minutes to set. So this is the finished look. The lips have had about 5 minutes to set and it still feels very comfortable. It doesn't feel like it completely dried down, but it definitely did set a bit than, you know, after I first applied it. It's really pretty. It gives a very soft focus effect to the lips, very matte. This texture is a really unique liquid lipstick. It is not wet. It is very, very like velvety and moussey feeling in texture. It feels really comfortable. So this is the finished look. So the products that really stood out to me in this little haul try on were definitely the Nars Cream Bronzer. This is a beautiful formula. It is very pigmented. It is very easy to blend. It's creamy. I love this. I want to pick this up in one shade lighter. And again, I do think I can use this. I think it looks great, but I want to pick it up in one shade lighter just to make, I don't know, a little lighter, have a little lighter option. I also love, love, love the Armani concealer. Of course, I need to wear it through the day to see how it wears, but I love the feel of it and the look of it. I don't have any creasing, even though it is a more creamy, radiant finish. Love this. I think it works really great too as a concealer when you're skipping foundation and you just want to put, you know, concealer under the eyes, spot conceal, and maybe throw on a tinted SPF. This would be a great option. And I really like the lipstick. I was a little unsure when I first applied it because it was not what I was expecting, but I like it. You know, I have always said that I am not a huge fan of liquid lipsticks. There are a few that I like, but my experience more often than not is that you have these liquid lipsticks that are thin and watery. You put them on the lips and then they just dry and they show every single line in your lips. This does not at all. This is nothing like that. I almost actually had to go to the website. I turned the camera off to film the ending and I went to the website to make sure that this was a liquid lipstick. And yes, it is, but it is a velvety moussey texture. It feels so comfortable and unique on the lips. And it's really beautiful and it's super opaque and pigmented. Really love that. Yeah, so those are the products that really jumped out at me. I love the Hourglass as well. I was thinking this was going to be a cream eyeshadow. It works really well as a powdered shadow too. There was very minimal fallout when I used my finger. But yeah, I'm going to go with the lipstick, the concealer, and that Nars bronzer as being the standout products to me in this little haul, first impression try-on video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much to Nordstrom for partnering with me on this video. As always, hope you guys have a fantastic day and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.